Hi, I'm Victoria, a licensed esthetician and your host of your Besthetician podcast. This is Chris, my business partner and husband. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of going viral on social media. Do you want to start off with it?
Yeah, I think that this is one, just to give everyone a little context here, maybe we are a little bit salty. So maybe you should take our word with a grain of salt, no pun intended, because we've never gone viral on our current account. So we've never had, to me, viral is over 1 million views. I hope most people agree with that. But reaching over 1 million people with one piece of content, to me, is virality.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting a couple 100,000 and something that bubbles is not virality. 1 million is like when it's like, wow, this is
you
crazy.
hit the lottery.
Yeah. So we'll start in by telling a little story about our old account. Skin by Victoria was our first Instagram that we started, which was just Victoria, not the business here. And we did have a viral post there.
Crazy. I can't even believe I would have never expected this specific photo to go viral. It was a photo. How many? It got what, like 3 million?
Yeah, ended up reaching about 3 million people.
Yeah. So it reached a lot of people, obviously. And it was a picture of my hand. It was a picture of me explaining how much products you should be using on your hand. And I have really small hands, so everyone was roasting me for
so
how
I think
much
one of the
little
biggest,
product I had on the photo.
That was one of the reasons why it went viral so quickly, was because half the comments were, "This is amazing, thank you so much," tons and tons of shares. Then also people saying like, "That's not enough sunscreen. This post is a liar," right?
So we were getting half and half.
Yeah, and I
in
think
a
that's
different
what
audience.
most viral posts. I think once you start to reach those big audiences, you start to bring haters, and that also is what drives the content more. But yes, that's a photo that we took in 10 minutes in the living room. Victoria's like, "I want to do this idea. I think it's going to be a great way for people to learn." At the time, I think we had 10,000 followers, I think, on that account, something around there. 'Cause I think that got us to 20. So we hit that. What?
Wait, sorry, that was really no.
Yeah.
No, that was when we were under 10K.
Okay. Yeah. So,
and then we did the hand
around
picture,
there,
and then I'm not kidding, we gained. I think we gained like 10,000
Yeah, it was
followers
like either
from
10
it.
or 11,000 followers. Yeah, so we just about hit 20K from that one post. And what was interesting is that it didn't go viral overnight either. It was over a matter of a couple weeks, and it was like, wow, this thing's getting a lot of shares. And you start to look at it and go, oh my gosh, this thing, it just won't stop. And what we've noticed is with that story being said is that, it seemed great, but the reels that we were posting after that were not. They were doing well. I mean, we were getting an influx, but it's not like everything started crushing it, which seems crazy when you start to get into the 2 million reach off one post and all the people that's driving to your account. And what the issue was is that our whole page wasn't full of that style of graphic.
I feel like I didn't even get a lot of DMs of people saying that I don't know. I got comments, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't get a lot of people in my industry. It was just a bunch of randos that found that picture and decided to follow me after. A lot of people across the world as well. So it wasn't just here in the US, it was all across the world, because it kind of transcended every language. As long as they knew what each thing was, then they can put their language over. We got a lot of that, of people putting their own language over what we said on the actual picture itself. But so the problem is that it didn't drive the brand. So it's not like people saw that, loved Victoria and wanted to follow her. They thought they were going to get more content like that. Mm-hmm. So the minute they followed and we started putting out reels of Victoria talking, people that were this influx of following were scrolling right by, which is terrible for retention. So that is some of the cons of going viral that we saw specifically from there. I see it all the time too. You'll see an account, even if you're on your Reels feed and you see that this video got so many views, and then you go to their page and they have 5,000 followers. And then you look at all of their other content and it's nothing like the video that went viral. So everything that they post, it flops. So I think that virality can look fun and it can look like, oh my goodness, I just need one viral post. But in reality, it's not like that. You have to have a brand and you have to be consistent, in my opinion. So if you do make a bunch of, I guess, funny reels, I think it can work.
If that's what your brand is going to be, I think it's not a problem. And I think virality can be great if that's your brand, so that when you post a meme that goes viral, because it can be luck. And you're going to continue to post those. But then also there's a lot that goes into it too, of like, why do you want to go viral? Like, what is it doing? Are you selling a product online? So for us, we don't sell anything online. We have some affiliates, but we don't go crazy with those affiliates. So like virality to us, in case anybody didn't know, we have posts. I mean, our highest post hit 930,000 is our closest almost viral. But that didn't bring an influx of customers. So just so anybody on the internet knows right now, a 1 million view post does not bring clients in the door. Mm-hmm. Right now, if you become off the top of my head right now, I think about Boho Med Spa. They do ASMR. She's been doing ASMR for a long time, and she crushes it with that. So because she does it so often, it is possible that it starts to reach far enough where you start to get locals that are coming in that find you and hear it and want to come and experience that. So it can be. So that's where would be the pros of going viral, where if it's right in your niche, it's the content you want to make, then virality is awesome, because then you can just replicate it and do it over and over and over again, and that's your brand.
And ASMR is so big right now. I feel like it's so cool that you get to go in and experience that, what it's like in person. But sorry, side note.
No, that's great for brand, right? I think that's awesome for brand. So
like if I were to go get a facial in Texas right now, I would know exactly where to go.
Yep. Yeah. Because you've seen so much of the content, you enjoy it. Yeah. It's fun for you to watch.
I do think it's cool for if you constantly are getting, the reach. I think it is really cool that you're creating a brand that people start to know you because your videos pop up all the time.
Because they see you all the time. Yeah. And I think that's kind of where we are now, whereas we don't have anything that's crazy big, but we have enough videos with 100 to 300,000 that we're getting in front of people's face so often. So for us, I mean, I know it's a little bit different, but we're teaching. So we want your Instagram to be educational, cinematic. We want you to be a leader in the space in your own niche. So us hitting those over and over and over again and getting that reach, it does a lot for us, right? And then also our long-term goal would be to sell something online. So esthetician followers are valuable to us, knowing that, within the next year, we will have something to offer them to learn exactly how we've done it. Right.
Definitely. I was just going to go I was going to go into the fact that, so for instance, we don't have constant viral videos, but what we do have is consistency of views on our page. Yep. So we definitely have created a brand. We've created the type of style of content that we do that we know that our followers love. So we have been posting for 90 days and I don't think that we have one video that's under that. I mean, everything has over 10K at least.
Yep. And most of them are over 20K. I mean, there's not very many that are under 20K.
And even with that, we don't have viral videos, which you can say we're talking about 1 million or more, but our reach, the amount of accounts that we reach every month, we reach like 2.6 million accounts.
We've been averaging 2 million accounts reached for the past 60 days at least. And it's ducked a little bit now because we had a couple of the bigger ones, like the 500K ones that can get pushed out, but we're putting out so much content that we're reaching the same amount of accounts that one viral video does. But because of our brand, we're able to grab a lot more followers and really build the community much more because they know when they come to the page, they can binge watch videos. I think that's also one of the problems with virality. If you hit one that's an interesting that you were chasing virality for, and you don't make content like that, somebody comes and they can't come and binge through. And I think for us,
your numbers are super wonky.
And as we've built our brand, we can step out of the comfort zone of like cinematic videos and do a day in the life as an esthetician, and they perform well. We can do a collab post with Hydrofacial and tell your story, and it does well because we've built a brand that is not just one piece of content, right? Before and afters do well. All of our stuff crushes because we've built this brand that when people come to follow, they want to see all of it instead of just one single thing that we popped off for. And that's what the hand picture was. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want that. It's not that I don't want it, but I know for overall brand, it's better to not
People
have
are mean on the internet.
Yeah, and Victoria gets her feelings hurt very easily. That was one that, I mean, she would, sit there in bed and like, why are they being so mean to me? Like, I was just trying to help. Like, I just wanted to put sunscreen on.
My hand's small.
I'm sorry, 2 fingers of sunscreen isn't enough sunscreen.
Fine, you do your own skincare then.
But yeah, so that's kind of our thoughts on virality. We haven't hit it yet. We'll make an update video when we do. I'm sure a post eventually will go viral. We've put out so much content now. It's kind of mind-blowing that we haven't had a video hit over 1 million.
Like, I just want to see it one time. I just want to see the 1 million.
Yep. Because even the dermaplane video, which is our most watched video, hit 930K.
But
I mean, it took
so
a full
weird.
month. It didn't hit 900K overnight. It took, 3 weeks to get into that, 900,000 threshold.
Instagram is so weird though, because it can have so many views, but then it has less shares and less likes than a video that it had less views.
Yeah, it's really wonky. But yeah, one last thing I want to touch on about virality and how I think, this is just our opinion on why we're happy with the way we've done things, is because we've built a brand and we've built the following over time. We didn't have the overnight 10,000 followers in a week because of a viral video. The brand is so much better. So when it comes to brand deals, other brands want to attach to our brand long term. So they know that we're a brand that's going to stick around, be consistent. They know when they pay us for a video that video is going to be getting shares and views and likes over months over time, instead of something that just goes up and then everything else drops. Mm-hmm. So when a brand comes and looks at our page, they might not see 3 pinned videos of 1 million views, but they can scroll down and just see nothing dip below 20K views, which is very valuable when it comes to pricing what you can do and what you can guarantee for a brand. That we can guarantee, hey, and one day we can hit 10K views. Brand deals can be hit or miss depending on how brand, like you're really selling something or if it's not on brand for us. But they know over time, over 30, 60, 90 days, that content is going to get viewed and is going to continue to drive traffic to them. So I think that's where building a brand as a esthetician or as an influencer is very, very valuable, right? I mean, we're not in the TikTok space where 1 million view video brand deals will jump on and just pay you for the next one because they know it's going to drive a lot. But Instagram, it's harder. The market's bigger. It's hard to consistently do well. It's hard to consistently have posts that perform well. So that's what's worked well for us. And I think it does drive us. We can up those brand deal prices because we can go, look, 90 days straight and the numbers are all consistent.
TikTok.
Yeah, we fail on TikTok. We'll do another video about our failure on TikTok. But yeah, I think we can wrap this one up.
Yeah, I hope that this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.